cannon a lot of late. So, but with the Ninja, like you said, it's almost always a cannon legend. We barely ever see the stray away from that.
And if he does go to Jala, he uses the fire extinguisher, and I will literally, like, I don't have confirmation of this, but I'm absolutely certain it's because it looks like a cannon. That is my that is my reasoning.
We might possibly be onto something
because the sword transfers, but he doesn't have the cannon, but he picks the Jala for a reason. And he has the cannon there in spirit. Anyways, this isn't Jala right now. It's Sidra for game number 1 against Seijaru. And the grab pound gets the dodge read, weapon throw down. And that is something, Zeus throws coming out from Ninja729 is something that you're going to love to see over and over again. He's going to be doing it more than anybody else that you ever watch in Brawlhalla.
100%. I'm so glad you pointed it out because I was going to say one of the best strengths that we see. There's the fire extinguisher. Wow, 2 cannons.
It's surprising to see him use it on the Sidra. I am not used to that. It's a little confusing. But anyways, as you were saying.
Like the weapon toss control that he has, not only on the way for somebody to recover, but his own recovery. He always has it in the way for people to have to deal with. It's immaculate, and it gets really frustrating to navigate around.
You know, I didn't think about this. I'm just realizing the actual reason. It might be because it looks more like a cannon, so it makes whatever he has as an indicator, like for Zeus throwing, easier to do. You get what I'm saying? I might be reaching too far. Anyway, first talk from Seijaru comes through.
Look, all I'm saying is that eventually if we ever see a legend that comes out where we get 2 cannons and 1, we know who's playing them.
Yeah. The Ninja729 now up ahead a whole stock. He gets even more damage than Seijaru with that opening combo. And the cannon's been doing fantastic in game 1. Sidelights away, doesn't get punished for it. And Seijaru gets the neutral light, weapon throw forward, spot dodges in place, gets the recovery, still the Ninja729 surviving. And we're seeing those cannonballs from the edge. Really stable maneuver from the Ninja729, as well as the anchor when he is on the sword.
Yeah, the defense has been on point. Like the fact that he's not, for one, he's so deep in the red right now. Seijaru literally can't get rid of the stock. Finally finds an opportunity to take it out there, but could not find a safe opening. There was almost always a hitbox out in front of the way that you had to respect because of the Ninja's spacing.
Went for the Zeus throw there, and it didn't actually work out. Neutral light hits from Seijaru, and he gets even more damage on him. We're seeing these neutral lights connect into not much else, but he isn't getting hit. And now he's got the Ninja729 nearing orange.
Yeah, it's slowly working his way in. It's mostly because he's given the respect. Like, how many? All right, finally gets him with the cider, but how many times did we see the Ninja swing at a disadvantage? There was like 4 times that he swung, just said, back off, you stay on the ground. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me grounded. And that puts an immense amount of fear into someone who's a combo-heavy based character. He wants you to allow him to get those big reads in the air, and the Ninja keeps boxing around it.
Recovery hits. Falls down with the down stick slide charge. Seijaru punishes with the neutral stick, goes for the double. And a spot dodge there. Okay, lots of whips coming out for both players. So far, so good for the Ninja729, though, as that downer comes through. No dodge. Means it could have been a punish, but Seijaru gets the downline to recovery. I think, well, it's canon. Two side airs can make up for a stuff recovery.
Exactly. Yeah, you're almost always making that back. But great job from Seijaru controlling the edge guard, getting the weapon toss down, gets right back to the scythe, which is pretty much the thing that's been getting him started on majority of the damage. He hasn't really been able to get gauntlets going too much, but it's fine because the scythe is doing the job.
Neutral light hits, falling side air hits. Could go for the corner guard here with the side air. Seijaru makes it back to the stage, spot dodges.
Seijaru just looking for a mistake, gets it a gauntlet now. Daryl gets an opening, does not get the follow-up sider he's looking for. Gets in there though, and he's starting to open up the Ninja a little bit. He does have a damage deficit here, but I feel like the Ninja is going to be navigating his way over. Oh, never mind. You do not need to navigate over to anything. We got D-Light recovery as the Ninja solidifies that game against game number 1.
Yeah, really solid game 1. Constantly ahead in damage, and getting the D-Light recovery off the platform as it was moving to the left side of the stage was a great pickup as well. Really solid opening. I want to see... Do we have it on the left side? Yeah, we have it on our screen. Yeah, the damage dealt with the cannon, far above the sword. 439 to 144, coming up from the Ninja729 for a total of 620. Really cannon-heavy gameplay that switched over to the sword towards the end to be able to knock out those stocks. And he has actually switched Seijaru off of the Mordex right away.
Yeah, not even wasting a single second. Because even though the scythe was starting to work a bit, I think that the axe switch here makes so much more sense because he was getting stray hits. But one thing he couldn't do was challenge the Ninja in the air. You know it's going to be much better for him now, the axe to challenge him in the air.
Yeah, and the gauntlets were looking great regardless. And the scythe was the thing where, as you said, stray hits, a neutral light here, a side light here, whatever have you. That's great for heavy weapons, not so much for a weapon that relies on you getting those strings of 4 to 5, even 6 hits at a time. And so now we're over here on the axe, and already much better damage buildup coming up from Seijaru.
Yeah, and that's going to make the Ninja have to respect you on the way back down, too. We're seeing more dodges. We're not seeing as many hitboxes on the way out from the Ninja, which is great for Seijaru because that means that he's actually already changed things up.
Oh, neutral
Big play. Interesting. I think you should, expecting him to fade away there, and because of that, gave up stage positioning, and that's going to lead to a stock here for the Ninja729.
Let's see if he can close it out. That down air misses. Side air hits him to the side of the stage. Now disarmed. Gets him all the way to the side of the stage. Oh, he lands. I don't think he meant to land. I think he meant to hit the wall. Seijaru gets a little bit of a breathing room and makes it back. That edge guard being dropped from the Ninja729.
I had to have commentators curse that stock to living because there was no world where he should have made that back.
And then he took the lead.
And he managed to walk away with it. So that's a great position, but it's going to be answered right away by the Ninja729.
Good cleanup, yeah. That was the Ninja729 stock to lose, and he lost it. But then he makes up for it right away with the D-Light neutral sig, and the neutral light hits and ground. Almost goes for the ground pound there. I love how the Ninja729 has been using these ground pounds as like aerial dodge punishes. We've seen it a few times earlier on in this set, and he went for it again here, even though it didn't connect. The pressure's still there. Oh man, nice job using the side air as momentum to get off the stage.
Yeah, giving him that respect he needs it to. But Seijaru's now playing at ranges. Just oh, the ground pound connects that time. It worked at the very beginning of game 1. You were just alluding to that.
Yeah.
The web toss up always keeps the Ninja safe, though. It's such a big issue because you have to try and play around that, and then he just navigates himself back up.
So, sidelight hits. Okay, neutral stick keeping Seijaru off, but Seijaru's fighting unarmed. Gauntlets come through. First stock, once again. So last time Seijaru was in this lead, he axed neutral sigged off the right side of the stage and almost lost the stock. This time, doesn't look like he's going to be going for the same thing. And in fact, I think what he did there is what he meant to do on the previous stock, which is a jump recovery.
Yeah.
And do the earliest recovery possible. He did it so early that he literally didn't jump off the ground.
Yeah, I think you might be on his own with that because there's definitely a misinput. There was outside of the biggest read in the world on game number 2, there was not really much reason to do that neutral sig last time. So this time gets the lead still. Then Ninja going deep off stage, looking for maybe a dare. No, just backing off.
Ooh, down air punishes the sidelight. Ground pound hits as well. The Ninja729 does touch, makes it back to the stage. Side air pummels him on the wall, though. And this edge guard coming out could be brutal if the down's a hit, but sidelight air hits instead, and the Ninja low on jumps. If that recovery came out from Seijaru, it would have been good, but the side air whiffs. But the damage lead here is almost too good. This is a great game 2 coming out for him on the Rayman.
Yeah, this is a significant change. The axe being a huge part of that, because like you said, at the end of the last game, the Gauntlet really woke up. So now having this axe has forced the check. We're seeing way more sword come out from the Ninja729 in this game. I think because of that. D-Light Recovery is going to take it off the top. Let's see what he decides deciding to stay with the... Okay, so he's going to go for the cannon to get the early combo game, which he is doing already, getting himself back into it.
Neutral leg, ground pound, went for the dodge. Reads Seijaru jumping down that time, but he still has the pressure on. Neutral stick keeping him grounded, goes in for the side air. As long as he got cannon against gauntlets, I think he's pretty comfortable with this, but when the axe comes out, we may see him switch over to the sword. We'll see if he goes for that. Sidelight comes through. Side air gets the read forward. Seijaru so far doing great on the gauntlets, but that down gets punished. Double sidelight. Oh, he waits on the dodge, but he doesn't hit him with anything.
It was there, but he didn't believe hard enough. I think that he just started fading down and just got caught off guard, and that's going to lead to Seijaru closing out game number 2.
I thought that was the cannon highlight of the year. I was so ready. The double sidelight hits. He waits in the air. The dodge comes out, and then he just doesn't hit him with anything, and the game goes over to Seijaru. Great win coming out for him. And we're seeing that the gauntlets and the axe doing a relatively equal amount of work. But man, really nice game 2.
Yeah. I think that was just one of those moments where you believed hard enough until you didn't. It's like you had to play, you felt like it would work, and then last second you second guess yourself. And look at his PR difference as well, 4-27. Yeah. Seijaru has been making an incredible statement as to why that number is going to change dramatically soon with these performances we're seeing already here in moving into game number 3.
Yeah, Seijaru, fantastic showing as of late. Now in game 3, really needs to take this win over the Ninja729 to get into the top 8 on the elimination bracket side. Apocalypse is here. That's the first anchor that we've seen coming out from Ninja729 all set, which is surprising me because I mentioned it as a staple of this play, but he comes through. Has the sword now against gauntlets, which you mentioned was something that looks like he was becoming more and more preferable here, but as he goes to the other side of the stage, oh, he pivots the down stick on accident.
Yeah, these gauntlets have been super consistent. And the Ninja729 kind of pumped the brakes a little bit on the Cannon D-Sig, which we saw a whole lot out of game 1, too. It's like as a get-out-of-scramble situation. I think these platforms have kind of been a part of that. So it gives Seijaru a different option to land, so there's no point. The Cannon D-Sig off the side, the weapon toss keeping him safe. Very close game right now.
New spawn comes in, but Seijaru punishes it with the sidelight side air, puts him on the side of the stage. D-Light ground pound takes the stock, and Seijaru with the lead in game number 3. And Apocalypse is where the Ninja729 was able to get his one win so far in the set. So really great adjustment coming up from Seijaru. I really do think that he's playing with the axe like he was playing the scythe, only it's an axe. So
exactly. He's getting the damage for actually winning, because the scythe would connect, but the damage wasn't there because he couldn't get the full extensions, and it was constantly swinging from the Ninja coming on the way down, so there's no point. But with the axe, it gets him enough fear to stop him from doing that, and now he's been able to control disadvantage against the Ninja way better with this mix-up here with Rayman.
And even more so, I feel like for the Ninja729, the Cannon into axe has been a difficult matchup for him. I think Cannon is a lot similar to Lance in how, because the moves move your character's body so aggressively, axe sidelight kind of handles that really well if you're good at it. And the stock goes over the Ninja729, but Seijaru with a comfortable lead here in game number 3.
Yeah, now Seijaru's still, like you said, relatively comfortable lead. Finally comes back out here. Big swing it. Okay, looking.
It's getting a little uncomfortable. Oh, but then he responds, moves for the double down sig. Recovery hits. Side air gets him as well. Weapon throw gets him.
What a perfectly executed edge guard. Multiple side airs to try and get back on. And Seijaru said absolutely not.
There's something really painful about seeing a cannon side air propel a character's face straight into an axe weapon throw. And just watching.
That's not a face anymore. That is two faces now. That face has become...
man. And seeing that happen twice there, what an awesome edge guard for Seijaru. Cannon weapon throw to downer, that's going to be it. And the game evened up real quickly of Ninja729 having his own weapon throw tech coming out here in game number 3. And now it's anyone's game.
That matters so much. I got him right back into this game. All he needs is one good sidelight just to get back in. And he's gotten a couple of them so far. We've seen the low percent strings are on point. He gets one there, but then he waits and sees the dodge. So I wonder if he tries to capitalize on that as this goes on.
Oh, he's really trying to get these sidelight resets. Neutral sig comes forward, and Seijaru just flies right over the cannonball, lands with the down sig.
Sider's coming through, just trying to get back on the stage safely, but here's the axe problem we mentioned before.
Yeah, how do you get in with Cannon without getting caught by the neutral light or the sidelight of axe? It is a tough problem to solve.
And not getting hit by Nair to use
and
it.
the problem is just switch over to a new weapon. Oh, but the cannon was primed.
Yeah, it's still the cannon, so...
Side stick gravity canceled works. Seijaru looking for the weapon throw, or the side air, and the weapon throw stops him. Nice job, spot dodge neutral light. And he goes all the way out there to try and hit the Ninja729 out of a cannon side air. That's it. Gets him with the neutral light. He has to dive kick. He has no jumps left. Weapon throw secures it, and he brings it to a match point.
Yeah, all the resources are already gone. He used the weapon toss down to try and just smack Seijaru for trying to challenge him up, but Seijaru smartly held his ground there. Did he go try to challenge that? Because that was one of those positions where you know the resources are out, so they're probably going to get panicky and try to swing. So let me wait for this, punished him accordingly, sent him right back off stage, the weapon toss, just to guarantee that it seals the deal there, and Seijaru moves up 2-1. The Rayman has been the absolute answer. Taza, what is the Ninja going to have to do somehow, some way to answer that?
It's a playstyle adaptation. He has to be able to solve what's happening with the axe here, and the axe I think is completely stopping his cannon, and his cannon was the basically the lights in game number 1, and now that is being shut out by Seijaru on the axe. And gauntlets have always looked good for him, and no matter what character he's been playing. So we'll have to see what the Ninja729 can do, because I really don't have the answer here. And hopefully he'll be able to find it, because if he doesn't, that's it, 3-1. And we're not going to a game 5. As Seijaru with the axe so far has just been so dominant against the Ninja's cannon.
Exactly. Elimination side, and Seijaru continuing to work towards getting that PR number ever so high, or just here trying to knock out the Ninja729. Going all the way out there, just missing out on the follow-up play, but he was right up against the wall.
Yeah, Seijaru makes it back. A lot of damage coming through, but he already had a lot of damage onto his enemy before that. Neutral light comes forward. Ground pound connects. Such great accuracy from the ground pound on cannon from the Ninja729, but oftentimes doesn't lead into anything else other than a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and that was only the second anchor we've seen that you were talking about before. You expected to see a lot of that, but that one, though, going to snatch him up. The Kraken coming through and getting him to stock.
Yeah, the neutral stick from Sidra, pretty rare to see. Seijaru goes for the haymaker. Side light, side air. Ground pound, finishes that stock 2-2. Really good cleanup coming out from Seijaru, and he switches over to the axe.
Damage mitigation has been so good on Seijaru. Like, whenever he actually does lose a stock or something bad happens, he minimizes the follow-ups. You don't get to keep winning. You don't get massive reward on hit against him. He's been preventing that from getting out of hand, and that matters so much against in a very explosive playstyle like the Ninja.
Ooh, D-Light down air comes forward. Ground pound punishes the anchor. Recovery comes through again, and I think a cannon's primed here. Yeah, picks it up, falls to the down air. Nice job avoiding that pummel from Seijaru. Recovery hits, Nair hits, double Nair, almost hit again. All right, this is a great stock from the TheNinja729.
This is his time to capitalize. He does not have the axe, and he's going to rush to it soon, so that's why you see the Ninja immediately, for one, so he can get KO consistency, snatching him with the NSIG again. We're seeing that start to come out more often here. There was a lot of resources that he was able to position him. They weren't all gone, but that was a good call from the Ninja. As he goes off stage, just misses out on the follow-off.
Goes to the down air. He almost had that 0 to death on Seijaru. Sidelight comes forward, down air. This is the TheNinja729's game for sure. Down air from Seijaru is trying to stop the momentum. Cannon picked up, falls down, gets the Nair, the second Nair. So Nair on hit from Cannon. The second one will come out so much faster than if you missed it, just because of how those frames work on miss and on hit. Seijaru really playing around that safely, but look at this, 2 stocks to 1, and he's in orange.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this go to Game 5. Like, this has been such a close set. I really want to see it get to that point. Say, the Ninja working his way towards that, getting neutralized, going to send it back off stage. Oh, good dodge for the GC side sig, and now that's going to be Seijaru. Probably not making it back, but he does, in fact, touch the wall.
Oh, man, being able to spot dodge the fist coming out, the downer gets the spike, 2-stocked in game number 4. The TheNinja729 brings it to a match point. Game 5. Decide who gets to the top 8 in the elimination bracket between these two players. It could not. I mean, we're having such incredibly close games in this lower round, and this is just a testament to what we were talking about in the very beginning of our block, which is kind of like EU's been a little crazy today.
He must be listening to the stream, because literally, as you had just said, oh, it's an adaptation thing. Like he has to change the playstyle, and he found his way in.
I never would have guessed sword neutral sig to be the play there, but he was seeing that Seijaru was dodging in above his head a lot, and that covers that perfectly. And on top of that, what's unique about that move compared to, say, like a Koji neutral sig is that when it catches you vertically, it sends you horizontally. So when he catches them in these situations where Seijaru is trying to recover from the side of the stage, it just reinforces the edge guard. And he got it twice and won the game because of it.
Yeah, now we see one more switch, and not only for the stage, but we see the Val come out.
Wow, this is a crazy, this is a crazy Game 5. Great haul and a completely new legend. Gauntlets are still the same though, but this time he wants to fight sword with sword.
Yeah, I feel like maybe at the end there he was feeling like the axe was still doing fine, but it wasn't working the same way that it was before. The Ninja finishing that game with a 2-stock, getting rid of that explosive factor, now going here with a couple combo-based tools, maybe trying to change the pace and throw him off.
Ooh, Seijaru with a double Nair. Coming forward, tries to get the down line. Ninja using that side to reposition, throws the weapon above his head to keep himself safe. Not safe enough. Recovery hits, and he tries to take it off the top of the neutral sig. You got to go pretty high up on the Great Hall to get a knockout off the top there. And you might be like, why didn't Seijaru go for the D-Light recovery? Well, that's why. The Great Hall ceiling higher than any other stage.
Yeah, you're going to hold on to that much longer here. Now Seijaru does have him and a good opportunity here, but the recovery gets back on for TheNinja729, and Ninja just missing out. When he catches him, finally an anchor connects. He catches him hanging around the platform
Third time's a charm. Ajax. The third one comes out, and he gets the knockout. Actually, that might have been the fourth. But it doesn't matter.
I was going to say it was the fourth, but we can always pretend. We are the ones telling the story here. So, it's not like they have footage to go back to, Jeff.
But anyways, point being is that he's used it a few times, not to great success, but as the game's gone along, no!
Okay.
That was like the cannon read. Sidelight stand still, watch their spot dodge, and then destroy them. But that's twice now where the Ninja729 has not finished what I thought was like the perfect play.
I will say this, though. The fact that the Ninja is getting a lot more combo strings that are leading up to those potential moments, he's woken up. Like, that's something that's going to scare the crap out of you when you're on last stock.
For sure.
When he decides to go for that, and you're thinking about tossing your dodge, and he just goes for it.
All it takes is him executing one of those to the very end for your stock to go from white to nothing. And so it's Yeah, Seijaru now, it's super damaged here, but cannonairs aren't going to be enough to do it. Weapon throw off the right, puts on the cannon. Wow, he does a dash up, gravity cancel down sig. That time we saw him trying to use the neutral sig, but here on the Great Hall, you get that extra bit of recovery forgiveness in the sense that you can, where the Ninja729 is standing, you can jump onto that and you can reset your jump. So it's a lot harder to get that move.
Something I'm really impressed by with the Ninja right now is that with the Great Hall, you have more platforms to go to, so you're more inclined to jump. He's putting out so many SIGs that say don't jump.
Yeah,
because that's going to force him to stay grounded, and that's going to get him those that damage.
Yeah, and then we're seeing the addition now of the dash jump down sig on cannon, which shoots in the opposite direction, only covers the ground beneath you. He's taking the stock lead now. Seijaru now 1 stock. This is his tournament stock. Loses this, he's out. The Ninja729 moves forward. Can he bring it to a last stock scenario? Sideline side air doesn't hit. With Ninja729 trying to get those combos started. Oh, the dodge! Great timing from Seijaru, but if all you're doing is dodging attacks, not hitting back, there we go. Side air hits, ground pound. Can it come through? Recovery, not what he's looking for. And that side stick not punished as he doesn't hold down, doesn't fall through the platform.
Wait a minute.
And now it's 1 stock to 1.
You know, defense does win championships, but you do also need to find a hit every once in a while, and he does find the hits finally at the end. And the Ninja, even though he had incredible combos, is now in a spot where he might get even back up. Sider pushes him away, goes for the anchor, does not connect.
Love that positioning, though. He uses it so that if it misses, he falls beneath the stage, doesn't get punished. That is a Sidra-specific thing that you've got to be good at if you want to play this character. And Seijaru with the double nair goes to the sideline, gets the third nair.
He's punishing him now on the weapon. Now he's just hovering over it. He can't get to it. He's going to get access to another gauntlet. And he's evened this back up here, Taza.
Oh, it's so many hits coming out from the gauntlets here. They dodge right past each other, but the neutral hit hits. And oh no, the Ninja729, he's doing these weapon throws in neutral, hoping that one of them will hit, but they keep missing. And Seijaru's got the gauntlets versus unarmed. And oh no, the down air whips.
Oh my God, he works.
Seijaru's got all this damage for no damage in return.
Yeah, he works so hard to get to the sword, but at what cost? He took so much damage.
Only for a drop of one.
Recovery's not going to be enough to top.
Oh, he ground pounds back. One down air hits.
Okay.
Does he switch over to the cannon? He does.
He does. He wants a big play.
Silent recovery would do it at this point. Down air hits. Side air connects. Cannonball comes forward. Dodges the neutral air.
All right, weapon toss again. He wants to get back access to the sword, but that's going to give Seijaru an opportunity to bait him to try to approach.
Would daylight recovery even knock out here? I'm not sure. From a platform,
I think on the platform, yes. On the ground, no. Now back to the gauntlets. One recovery takes it out. And that's not going to do it.
Great Hall. Ceiling's crazy. Does he win off of that? The Ninja729 needs a weapon. He's thrown so many of them away. That's it.
And that's it. It's Seijaru gets game number 5 to get himself still in his bracket, knocking PR number 4 down. Seijaru's insane run continues, Taza. The Ninja got gifted so many opportunities to try and get back into that, but a big part of that was the Ninja never capitalizing on those dodge reads and never capitalizing later on trying to get himself to a weapon to get things started, and that gave Seijaru so much opportunity to get back in the game.
The momentum that switched over when it got to that last stock situation. When we said